Who's talking?
أقول
كمال؟
أمس
بس in English please.
ازيك يا مس؟
Good morning.
okay, something that happened to you and like they want to fix it فاهم يعني
طب let's start. Who is interested in general and the particular? يعني who studies this theory?
الفيزيك
احنا people, normal people. جمال.
أيوة
who studies يعني which type of people studies the general and the particular?
اللي هم who study psychology
psychology ولا sociology?
sociology قصدي
sociology. طيب when they study بقى the general and the particular, what happens? You said it's a personal situation. ماشي, so far it's true. What happens? يعني what happens to this personal situation? What do they study?
مثلا his mistakes يعني اللي عملها
from which point of view ولا which perspective?
اللي هو السوشيال بروبلمز
excellent
اللي خلته تبقى كده.
excellent, perfect. Myrna, do you have, Mary and Daniel, do you have any other answers other than what Gamal said?
Yes, can I say it?
Yes, Daniel.
When a particular personal situation happens to you and the sociologist investigates the general problems that made him do that.
Excellent. Myrna, anything to add?
No.
Okay, so Gamal and Daniel and Myrna, you just got a +2 on whatever points we're getting this term. We just said, to revise what we took yesterday, that sociologists, they have a different perspective other than psychologists. What do psychologists study? Yeah, grade 12.
Human behavior.
What human behavior? Can you be specific with your words? Luigi?
How people react during their life basis, their daily basis.
Yeah, Abu Farh, you need to raise your hand, please.
What are the motives that make people
Luigi, would you please tell me?
I was going to say this. I was going to say the same thing. They study how people react according to their how they live in.
What's the key word? What's the key word? They study what? Psychologists, what do they study? If I want to say it in one word or 2 words.
Social behavior.
Personal behavior. Psychologists.
Oh.
Okay. What do sociologists study? They study social behavior and interaction. Okay. So a certain situation happens, like Gamal said. When sociologists comes to study, they study the societal reasons, the general reasons that made the person do such action. This is called the general and the particular. Do you have any questions concerning this point?
No.
The other sciences, anthropology, economics, history, all of these sciences, is it clear? The ones that we took yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Today's new part is called patterned relationships. Okay? A patterned relationship or an interaction is the interaction between people in social relationships in a social structure. To make this easy, patterned means it's something that continuously happens every time the same way. A certain pattern, whether it's a mathematical pattern, an artistic pattern, food pattern, you wake up, you eat this, then you drink, then you wash. This is a pattern. So what do I mean by patterned interaction or patterned relationship? If you walk, consider walking inside a school, any school, PIS, meal, AUC, any educational facility. Okay, what is the pattern relationship you're going to see in any school around the world, whether it's in Said, whether it's in Egypt, whether it's in the States, whether it's in Nigeria? Isn't there a certain pattern of certain interactions that happen in all schools around the world? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, like what? If you walk inside any school at any time of the day, there has to be a teacher inside one of the classes explaining. There's no way at all that you walk inside the school unless it's a Friday or a day off and you find empty classes. No, what you will find is a teacher explaining inside the class. You will find the students sitting inside the class. They're either listening and bored, or they're interacting, or they're sleeping. But the pattern relationship is that there's a teacher and there are students. One is explaining or helping, and the others are reacting. This is called the pattern relationship. Another pattern relationship would be if it's break time, you will find the little kids playing, or the high school students, they're playing football or basketball. You might find the bus drivers sitting on one side. You might find the nannies, for example, cleaning. This is all called a patterned relationship. Whether it's this school or any other school around the entire universe, you will find the exact same thing. Clear?
Clear.
Do you all understand what's a pattern relationship?
Yes.
Yes?
Miss, can you repeat it?
Is this Matar? The one who asked me to repeat it, is it Matar?
مطر.
Would you please wake up? I'll repeat it.
نعم.
Were you asleep ولا were you not here?
لا أنا فعلا معاكي.
طيب.
أنا موجود من الأول أصلا.
I will give you an example and you think of a pattern relationship and then we'll discuss it. You walk inside the restaurant, okay? What do you see? Whether it's McDonald's, whether it's a luxurious restaurant, whether it's here, whether it's in Paris, anywhere around the world, what do you see?
People talking,
لا احلف.
interacting. Okay.
ماشي. Other than people,
يعني
obviously there are people. We're talking about interactions, relationships. What do you see? People doing what? People talking. يعني once
working.
you walk inside the restaurant, you're gonna see people talking. So what do they do in the street? Why do you go to a restaurant?
Working and eating.
Well, number one, let's say
There
eating.
are some
That's the
people
main
working
cause.
and some people eating.
Yes. Okay. So
Okay.
the first pattern relationship would be that people are eating. طب what else? How do they eat? يعني مش how do they eat, how يعني how do they get the food?
By paying and interacting
Before
with
paying,
the
طيب.
cashier.
Step one, you walk into a
نعم.
restaurant. Before paying, what do you do?
You choose the food.
Exactly. So the first pattern relationship you might see is that people are ordering food, whether it's from the table, whether it's from the cashier. People are paying money. Some of them are receiving their food because they're going outside the restaurant. Some of them are eating or dining on the table. This is a pattern relationship. Whether you go to اسمه ايه في البازار؟
The bazaar.
اسمه ايه؟ اللي هو
Miss, someone is telling you that the electricity is off at her house, so she.
It's okay. ماشي. Whether you go to a فول and طعمية restaurant, okay?
Okay.
Or you go
Okay.
to a very expensive restaurant, this is what you see. This is the pattern relationship. All over the world, people go to a restaurant apart from working or wasting time or having fun. The main pattern relationship would be ordering food, paying money, and eating. Some of them might be complaining it's too hot. Some of them might be complaining the food is late. Others might be using the toilet. These are side relationships. But mainly in any restaurant, this is what we see. Ahmed, do you understand now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Bahrouk, do you get it?
Bismillah.
Yes?
Yes, yes.
So if I ask you, you're going to answer?
Inshallah.
Okay. Rashwan, do you have any questions?
And I would just want to tell you that Summer told me that
Yes, I heard you.
كهرباء
I
قطعت
said it's
عندها.
okay. It's okay.
Okay,
I
okay.
heard you. It's okay. Okay. Group, the last part of the lesson talks about group versus individual behavior. Okay? Why do you join groups? Any types of groups. Why do you join groups?
To find people with similar interests.
Excellent. To find people with similar interests. Hania, any other addition?
What?
Any other addition?
No, I'm sorry. I was raising my hand by mistake.
Oh, okay. What else other than finding people with similar expectations or interests?
To get help from each other.
To get help from each other? What else?
Complete certain tasks.
What do you mean by complete certain tasks?
For example, they're grouped to do a certain project.
Okay. Okay, so getting help, doing
Like
something.
completing each other's.
Yes.
Okay, completing each other. Peter? Do you have anything to add other than what they said?
Reduce insecurity.
Reduce insecurity. Peter, you raised your hand. Do you have anything to answer or was that a question?
لا answer.
Okay.
To make harder tasks easier to do
So this
in a
goes
group
under
than
getting help.
individual.
Okay, so we join groups for different reasons. One of the reasons might be we need to learn new things. If it's, for example, a drawing group and you don't know how to draw and you want to learn, so you join this group, they will teach you. Or completing hard tasks like Peter and who was it? Yauta? Or was it Minna?
I think it was Yota.
Okay. To get tasks done, whether it's a big task and we need to divide it and work together, or it's a task and we share the same interest, so we're doing it together. Our reasons differ why we join groups. Now tell me, as an individual, how are your characteristics? And by the way, groups are not supposedly educational or task-wise. You can join a group of friends. And your class is divided into, yes, it's one big group, but it's divided into little subgroups. Why? You either have the same opinions, interests, favorite places to go out to, whatever reasons, you form groups. Now, Emil Durkheim is a sociologist. He helps develop the idea of sociological perspective, which is that we study society from sociological point of view. He also said that, imagine that I have a keychain. This keychain is made of bronze. If I show you my keychain in class, am I going to tell you this keychain is made up of lead, copper, and tin? Do you all know what's bronze?
Yes.
It's an
What's
alloy.
a?
Bronze.
Oh, yes.
It's an alloy, right? An alloy is a group of metals mixed together to form an entirely new metal. So if I show you my keychain, am I going to tell you, do you like my lead, copper, and tin keychain?
No. No.
Okay, I will tell you, do you like my bronze keychain? Emil Durkheim said that we do the same thing when it comes to groups and individuals. Let's say we all joined a traveling group. a group that posts, for example, different destinations with different trips and different information about the places that people go to. Okay? Emil Durkheim says that as me, Minna, or Ahmed, or Peter, or Dahruk, or Gamal, or anyone, when you're a person on your own, you have different characteristics than when we join this group. Do you understand? Who doesn't understand? Grade 12.
Miss Minna, can I ask something?
Whoever is
Yes,
talking has
yes.
a very low voice.
Miss Minna, can I ask something, please?
Is this Nada or Mirna? Guys, you all sound the same.
Merna.
Mirna, yes.
Merna.
Marna.
Okay.
So what you mean by the concept of Emil is that when the bronze, I mean when the tin, the copper, and like the metals were mixed together, they had a different characteristic because they
Of
are in a
course,
group.
lead
Then
has certain
oh,
characteristics, shape and color. Copper has certain characteristics, shape and color. Tin has certain characteristics, shape and color. They're different metals. But when we joined them together in one group, they formed an entirely different fourth metal or alloy with different shape, different color, and different characteristics. Do you get it?
yes.
Emil Durkheim said that the same thing happens to people. You joined an art group, okay? If you're alone, as Mirna, you have certain characteristics and certain interests that concerns you as a personal individual. Once you join their group, for different reasons, maybe you want to be like them. Maybe they're pressuring you, so you have to listen to what they say, so you change some of your opinions. Maybe they're too, for example, the level is too high and you need to reach them, so you have to listen to whatever rules they say. For whatever reasons, when you join this group, you acquire different characteristics, at least one or two, than when you're outside this group. Do you get it?
Yes.
Do you all understand?
Yes.
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 Any questions concerning group versus individual behavior? Guys, in sociology, the main and most important thing is that you understand. In any questions, quizzes, I will not ask you to define. Maybe it would be one question of define, but the other questions would be either I will give you a situation and tell you analyze it in terms of groups versus individual behavior, or I will ask you to state an event that happened from real life or make up your own example about group versus individual behavior. Do you understand?
Yes,
Yes.
miss.
Yes. Yes.
So if you have any
Yes, we will
questions, let
say
me
that
know. I'm
that
telling you in
individual.
general. I'm telling you in general. يعني in any questions throughout the year, this is different than history. History, you memorize, you put it, there's no room for opinion because these are facts. But in sociology, لا. يعني you can all have different answers and they're all correct. Okay? As long as you understand.
Okay.
Okay? So, any questions so far?
No.
No, Miss Manna.
Yes.
Will you please say an example of group versus individual? Like I understand it, but say another example.
Who's talking? عشان أعرف أدي example.
Salma.
Salma. What's your interests? State one.
In what? Like
أي
interest
حاجة.
in what?
Anything.
Art.
طب did you hear Mirna's example about art? Do you want to pick
What
something
did she
else
say?
other than art? I also gave an example about certain art.
Makeup.
Okay. You join a group that teaches you how to put makeup, with different colors and different styles and different occasions. Okay, so as an individual, you have certain interests. Maybe you like, for example, nude colors. You don't like the bright, silvery, shiny colors. Once you enter the group, they start teaching you things. They say, for example, that rule number 1, you have to watch these videos, for example, weekly. There's a certain post that you need to keep reviewing, or there are certain workshops that we need to attend. Even if you don't have time, even if you don't like to join workshops, you will do it because this is one of the group's rules. Even if you don't like certain colors, you will learn how to use them because maybe someone else would want to. So as Salma, alone, as an individual, her interests in makeup and her knowledge in makeup is different than when Salma joins the group. There are certain things that she will tell and impact her friends in the group, and there are other things that she will have to follow in the group so that she can continue and be in the group. Do you understand?
Yes.
Is
Okay, thank you.
it better now?
Yes.
Okay. Group conformity. We all said that members of the same group, they think the same, they feel the same, and they behave in the same way. Obviously, because they share the same interests. Okay? This is known as group conformity, that the whole group is acting the same way. For example, if you join a group that for example, meets weekly so that they can try new restaurants, you cannot be a vegetarian and join the group because obviously if they like food, they will try everything. You cannot say, no, I can't go out on weekly basis because they will go out every single time. So group conformity means that all the members of the group, they should think, feel, and behave the same way. They share the same interests. Do you understand?
Yes.
All group members, they conform to the group, but in different ways. Yani let's say, for example, Salma, Samir, Yauta, Ahmad, and Rashwan. You're all in one group, okay? And this group is, for example, leading an athletic, healthy life. You will all change in different ways. Let's say Rashwan is going to eat healthier so he can join the group. Ahmad is going to sleep less so he can join the group and go to the gym. Samar, for example, is going to spend less time going out, sitting in a cafe, so she can do certain activities with this group. Okay? You will all follow the group rules, but in different ways. You don't have to do the same actions. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes. Each one of you will make a certain action to join the group, to conform to the group. Clear?
Yes.
Group conformity.
Yes.
This is the last part of the lesson. Is it clear? No, this is not the last part of the lesson. But this is the last part for today. Is it clear? Do you all understand group conformity? Rashwan, I was just speaking about you while you were not here.
No, miss, I heard you. You were talking about the group. بس يعني we are like it disconnected.
Group about what? Group about what?
You said me and Yauta and Ahmed and then it
Yes, I was talking about you. If you join a group, for example, about eating healthy, you don't have to do the same action. And you don't all have to eat healthy. Maybe one of you is eating healthy, but they need gym. Maybe one of you is neither eating nor going to the gym. So they will have to do both. When you conform to a group, you will have to do the necessary actions, but you don't all have to do the same actions. But the outcome is similar. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, this is it for today. We only have the last topic, which is sociological imagination. I will upload the PowerPoint. I think I did yesterday. I will re-upload it today in case you did not see it. Myrna, is your SMS working?
Miss, I still can see
You still
all
can see
things.
last year's? This is very weird.
Yeah.
Guys, did any one of you check the SMS?
Miss, I don't think it's working with me. Yeah.
I don't think. Now you have to try. I need to see if you all can see last year's work because supposedly I removed it, but Myrna can still
Yes,
see
I
it.
checked yesterday, and yesterday it was also last year's work. I didn't check today.
I need to recheck it again. Tomorrow, please read the PowerPoint because tomorrow we only have sociological imagination, and then you will have a sheet or a couple of questions about the different topics that we took. Okay? Either tomorrow or Thursday, whenever our second session is. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, see you
Okay.
tomorrow.
Miss, are we coming to school next week?
I have no idea, to be honest. They still didn't inform us
Mhm.
anything. Once we know, we'll let you
Miss Manna, if
يا رب.
if the SMS doesn't work, can you post it on Facebook?
No, the SMS is working, but the problem is you might see last year's work. So look for
Well,
a
that's
folder
what's
that says
happening.
Sociology 2020 or Grade 12S 2020. This is our folder for this year.
Okay, but it's empty. I found it.
Asmana,
It's empty.
I just checked.
I'll check.
I found the folder.
Mhm.
I just checked right now and I found the folder, but I still can see the old work.
Right.
Mm.
I'll finish the sessions and I'll go back again and check. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.